Woo! All right, today we're going to have a very nice core-centered workout. I think this is geared towards people who are closer to the beginning of their journey. So I will be doing these particular exercises, of which there are eight exercises with you this morning. And if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch. Okay, first we're going to be working with an exercise that reinforces not reinforces your back, but helps your back from, keeps it from arching. All right, and it helps you maintain contact with the floor. First, what I'd like for you to do is to lay down on the floor with your knees up and your feet down, and make sure that your hips are lined up with your knees, or lined up with your toes, and your feet are straight forward. All right. Then what I'd like you to do is to take a light weight or a book or something that you can use as an object over the top of your head that gives you a little bit of counter balance for your core, counter pressure, counter resistance. All right. In my case, I'm just going to pick up a weight, and I'm going to hold it wide so that I have a little bit more in between my hands. Don't let go. That could ruin your workout. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tilt your pelvis forward with your hips bones going towards your rib cage so that you have a little bit of squeeze in your glutes, but your back is flat. Then what I want you to do is to reach over the top of your head as far as you are comfortable. All right, inhaling along the way, stop for a second, and then exhale and bring it up. You want enough weight that you feel resistance. All right, that's what we're going to do. So grab your weight. Get into position, all right? Arms straight up in the air, and we're going to do 12. Let's go. And back. Actually, we'll do 10. And exhale. Keep your pelvis tilted towards your chin. And back and inhale. And 2. Back. And up for 3. Back. Up for 4. Back. Up for 5. Back. Up for 6. Back. Up for 7. Back. Up for 8. Back. Up for 9. Back. Up for 10. And then rest. You should not feel pain when you do this. You shouldn't feel a tightening in any odd way. You should just feel your muscles working in your core and your backbone connected to the earth. All right? How long to wait between sets? Age-old question. You want to give enough time for your muscles to be able to recover and for energy to be able to go back into your muscles. Sometimes when doing weights, we wear a heart rate monitor and we connect where our heart rate is with when to start the next set. Obviously, the more well-conditioned you are, the less time you need to wait in between your sets. A good way to tell is if you start a second set and you can only get a couple through, then you haven't waited long enough. All right, let's try it again. All right, weights up, get in position, tilt your pelvis to your chest, all right, and inhale and come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure you keep your head flat on the floor. 8, 9, and 10. If at any point you're doing the repetitions in this exercise with me or any other, and you find that your muscles have stopped working, stop and wait out the count and go to the next set. Always listen to your body and make sure the muscles that you're working are actually doing the job. All right, here we go. Get in position. Settle in. Good. And back. And up. 1, 2, back. And up. 3, back. And up for 4, back. And up for 5, back. And up for 6, 4 more, back. And up for 7, back. And up for 8, back. And up for 9, back. And up for 10, let's do 2 more for fun, back. And up for 11, and 1 more, back. And up for 12. Good job. Put the weight down, please. All right, next. The next exercise we're going to do, I call it drawing in maneuver. What I'd like for you to do is to get up on all fours. Place your hands out right in front of you and spread them, okay? It's actually a great stretch for the palms of your hands if they're tight from using the computer. By the way, if you do find that you have tight hands, and thumb in particular, because you're spending a lot of time texting, do reach out to me. I have an interesting procedure I'm working with on my thumbs with a rubber band that seems to be making a huge amount of difference in how my arthritic thumbs are functioning. And I'll share that with you on an individual basis. All right. That said, I want you to be at tabletop. Hands down, feet down. Everything is centered under your shoulders, your shoulder joints, and your hip joints. All right? Point your toes at the ground. Make your feet flat. All right. From this position here, you're going to keep your head nice and neutral, and you're going to just let your tummy sag. All right? Good. We're going to do 2 sets of 10 on this one. We don't have to do 3. All right, so you're going to inhale, and then when you exhale, you're going to draw your stomach and your tummy all the way up into your spine, and you're going to do a Kegel, which is that little pelvic floor muscle that we contract, all the while holding it and then dropping it down without extending, flexion and extension of the spine. That will be the next one. All right, so here we go. Inhale, exhale, and when you exhale, draw it all up. There is no movement to the back. You're just drawing all of your muscles up into your spine. And relax and sag your tummy. That's 1. Inhale, exhale, and draw. Relax. Exhale. Relax and inhale. Exhale. Relax and inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. 4 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale. And exhale. Inhale. All right, relax for a minute. Come up off your arms. I'm going to shake them out a little bit. The next exercise that we're going to do is called cat-cow. Basically, you're going to arch your back in this one, all right? And then you're going to draw in like we did a little bit ago, but then you're going to push up through the palms of your hands and round out your back and tilt your pelvic area forward, your hips forward. So it's down, look up, and in, and up, and out, up, and in, and up. Okay, there we go. Now we will do 3 sets of this because this is a really good activation for the core. Ready? All right. Inhale. Exhale and push through the palms of your hands and tilt your pelvis forward and round up in the back like a hissing cat and feel your back stretch. And down and up and down. For 2. Down and up and down. 3. Up and down. And up and down. And up and down. 5 more. Squeeze and up and down. 4 more. And up and down. And up and down. 3 more. And up and down. And up and down. 1 more. We'll do this one for fun. And up and down. Come up off your hands. Rest them a little bit. If you're like me, they're probably a little bit stiff. Of course, it being cold and in the winter doesn't help. All right, here we go. Let's do it again. Come down on all 4s. Make sure that your hands are right underneath your hips. Got it? Good job. Check your knees. I'm sorry, your hands should not be under your hips. Your hands should be under your shoulders, and your knees should be under your hips. That would be interesting. Okay, relax it a little bit. Get a nice arch in the back, and then exhale and draw it up and tilt your pelvis forward and suck everything in, and then down. And up. And down. And up. And down. And up. And down. And up, spread that backbone, and up, and down. 4 more, and up, and down, and up, and down. 2 more, and up, and down, and up. Come off the hands. We're going to rest for a minute and do 1 more set. Shake them out a little bit. Good job. Hopefully you're feeling really good. Double check yourself. Make sure you're not feeling lightheaded. All right, let's go. Last one. And into a neutral position. All right, neutral neck, pointed toes. Sag your back and look up, and then bring it down. Exhale and push through the palms of your hands. Tilt your pelvis forward and down. And up for 2. And down. And up for 3. And down. And up for 4. And down. And up for 5. And down. And up for 6. And down. And up for 7. 3 more. And down. And up for 8. Down. And up for 9. Down. And up for 10. Down. And rest. Good job. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? Next one is a bridge. All right, we're going to capitalize on that core activation here in the front And now we're going to work the glutes behind. Remember, and I've always said this, the glutes are part of your core. Everything in the middle, everything from your hips up to your shoulders comes from, all the movement we do comes from a solid middle. All right? Place your palms of your hands on the ground. Now, there's a couple of different ways to do this exercise depending on where you are in your strength. The first one is to do a tilt on the floor with your glutes in the air. All right? The second particular way to do this, if you're a little bit more advanced, is to put all of your feet on the floor. All right? I mean, not on the floor. On the ball, right in front of you, keeping your legs right at 90 degrees. If you're too far out for any of these, you're going to have a cramping in your hamstrings. So if you do that and you cramp up, mess around a little bit with your angle, draw it in a little bit closer. All right? So the other position for this is to tilt, tuck, tighten, and then lift on the ball. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and then lift. All right? Now, if you're a very, very beginner at bridges, work on we've done the TVA in my last video. I taught you a little bit about TVA and how to make the tilt happen. All right, with this particular exercise, the TVA comes first, tilting your TVA comes first, and then you're going to lift up. Now, you don't have to over push this thing, just tilt, tuck, tighten, and then lift. All right? And you will feel your glutes and your hamstrings. The first time around with this particular exercise is always the most difficult. After you've done it once or twice, the hamstrings will respond a little bit differently. If you cramp, stop, draw out your leg and stretch until it gets done, and then join us for the rest of it. Okay? All right. Hands on the floor, palms facing down. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift. And squeeze those glutes and bring it down. That's 1. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 2. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 3. Tilt, tuck, tighten, squeeze, and lift for 4. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 5. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 6. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 7. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 8. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 9. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 10. 2 more. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 11. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 12. Very good. Take a break. You should not feel your lower back in this particular exercise. If you do start out and you begin to feel your lower back, adjust and make sure your TVA is tilted far enough so that it can draw it out and activate. And if you're still having trouble with your low back, then it could well be that the muscles are exhausted. Stop and rest and then start on the next set. Okay? Good. All right, hands down on the floor. Ready? We're going to get started. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 1. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 2. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 3. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 4. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 5. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 6. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 7. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 8. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 9. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 10. 2 more, please. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 11. 1 more. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 12. Good. Let's rest it. Stretch out your legs if you need to. Just watch that back. All right. Arms over the top of your head. Get a nice long stretch. There you go. Get yourself back into position. I'm going to do 1 more step. All right. So one of the nice things about this particular exercise is that when you're in this position resting, you can roll your back out just from side to side if you're feeling a little bit tight. You can grab a ball while you're waiting to just kind of get a nice little stretch in the lower back. I'm going to do this last set for demonstration purposes using the stability ball. Those of you who started off on the floor can continue there. If you're curious about whether or not you're ready for the ball, feel free to grab your stability ball at home and play along with me. All right? Hands still on the ground, okay? Feet square on the ball. So we're going to tilt, tuck, tighten, and then push up through our hands and lift. It's a little bit more intense. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 2. You can feel a stability element there. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 3. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 4. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 5. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 6. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 7. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 8. We'll go to 10. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 9. Tilt, tuck, tighten, and lift for 10. Now I should say in the middle of this video that that this particular video really is just a very good basic beginner exercise video for people who want to work on their core. As I would say to anybody, do not exercise unless you have clearance from a doctor or your doctor that you're under care of has given you clearance to do things. Even simple things like this, you need to make sure that you're okay to do that. Okay, let's move on. Let's do the seated rotation with the dowel. This is actually a fun one. I don't think I've shown this to too many people. All right, there's a couple of ways to do this next exercise, depending on where you are in your mobility. Okay, this is just a basic dowel rod. I use it for mobility exercises that I do with my clients who have rotational issues for their shoulders, people with frozen shoulders. I've actually been very successful in helping people with this thing. This is a 35-inch dowel rod that my wonderful husband actually had made for me because I needed it for my practice. And he's actually uses one every single day, and he has a frozen shoulder, and he's done very, very well with it. All right, but for today, there's a couple of different positions you can put this in. All right, now, if you don't have a lot of issues with your mobility, what I'd like for you to do is just rest this on the back of your neck. And I mean no pressure. Do not push into your bones. Don't push into your traps and rhomboids. Don't push on your cervical collar. Just let it set, okay? Put your hands here, okay? If you have mobility issues, place it here, this way across your chest, or like this, okay? The idea is we want to keep the arms close and the chest high, all right? So I'll do it a couple of different ways. So what we're going to do here is sit nice and tall, put your feet together so you have a little bit of a balance issue, okay? Now, if a stability ball is not your thing, sit in a chair. You know, it's okay not to sit on a stability ball. Find the place that you're comfortable and where you're comfortable and can actually move and do in that space, all right? It's not a requirement that we have to try to figure out how to sit on a stability ball. Okay, so I'm going to do the first set with my hands in front. You're going to inhale at the start, then exhale and turn ever so slightly, about a 45-degree angle. Do not overstress this turn. Just go till you meet a little bit of resistance. So inhale, exhale, and turn to the right. When you're done exhaling, bring it forward. Inhale, exhale. Got it? Okay. So let's get it together. We're going to do a set of 10. 10 is 1, 1, 2, 2. Got it? Okay, here we go. Inhale, go to your right. And back. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. And inhale. 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 Exhale. And rest. How do you feel? You're probably feeling it across your core here. Not in a crazy way, but just enough that you feel, okay, the muscles are alive and working, and I can actually feel them. All right? Now, on your own when you're doing this, if you feel like you want to try this outside the video and the pacing is too quickly, go a little slower, vary that, and figure out what works for you. I'll do the second set, I'll do the second set a little bit slower. This time I'm going to do another variation, which is behind the head. All right? Here we go. Feet front and center. Get a little bit of balance on the ball if you're on it, or sit on the edge of your chair if you're in the chair. Good. Nice and tall. Don't pull on the down. All right? Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. 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 One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And last one. Exhale. Good job. I hope that felt good. We're going to do one more set. When you're ready, this time I'll put my hands in the front. Got it? Good. Another way to do this is hands forward. It just depends on where you're at with regard to your mobility. All right. Maybe the next time I do this, I'll make a video on using a mobility stick. Maybe. Let me know if you're interested. All right, here we go. We're going to rotate to the right. Go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Forward. Inhale. Exhale. 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 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. And last one. Exhale. Good job. Okay. Put your dowel down, please. Okay. Next one. Back on the floor again. Get your stability ball or your chair out of the way. and come join me on the floor. All right, next one. There's a couple different variations that we're going to do from this one. I'm going to teach them both. Please find the level that works for you. If you have back pain or any issues whatsoever, talk to your doctor before doing back exercises to make sure you're okay. If you have some issues with tightening, feel free to get in touch. Okay? All right. And we can kind of sit down and talk about it and see what's going on. First and foremost, put your hands out at 45 degrees. Actually, nah, put them down below. Okay, down below. Basically, in its full and most beautiful form, the exercise, I'll demonstrate it first, looks a little bit like this. Bring your knees in like this. Your abs are tight. Your floor, your back is on the floor and engaged, nice and completely by the back. Then in supine lowering, the legs go out from the center with the back flat and the hips tilted up. And then you exhale and bring your legs in. So it's down and up. In this most beautiful form, your back is flat and engaged, and you are down and you are up. Okay. A modification of this, which I like for most people, is this one. One knee in, the other leg out. Okay. And switch. 1. And switch. 2. And switch. 3. If you have a clicking in your hips, find your happy place with where your feet belong. 1, 2, 3. Got it? Okay. Another variation of this, you need to figure out which one works best for you, is knees up, one leg out, one leg in, grab on here. All right? Breathe with the shoulder and the head up. 1, and switch. Shoulder and head. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it? Okay. You need to find the exercise that works best for both of you. For both of you. Yes, all 2 of your personalities. Works that works best for you. Okay? The one I'm going to teach today is the one that I think most people will want to see or can do. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring one knee up and the other one out. All right? I'm going to keep my head on the floor for this. If you're a little more advanced and you have no trouble with your neck, take your nose, tie a string to it, stare at the ceiling, and bring your head up. All right? Otherwise, keep your head down. And we're going to switch off. So get into this position, and then let's switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Abs tight. 6, 7. Keep your pelvis tilted towards your face. 8, 9, 10. Keep going. 11 and 12. And then rest. What you'll feel is right in here a bunch of activity going on. It won't feel excruciatingly difficult with regard to level 1 to 10 pain, but you're going to feel activation there that your muscles are actually working. All right, let's do it again. Bring your knee up, the opposite one this time, and the opposite one is out. And switch. 1, switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going. 7, 8. We go to 16. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. We've done 8 on each side. Good job. Let's do one more set. Okay? Now, for those of you, before we get into the last set, who want to do the supine lowering, you obviously are not going to keep up with that cadence. So all I would suggest is hands down by your side. Inhale and exhale. 1. Inhale and exhale. 2. Inhale and exhale. 3. The rest of you sit and watch. Inhale and exhale. Up. 4. Got it? Inhale and exhale. Up. 5. But this particular video has a little bit more of a beginner careful aspect, and I want to teach the step down version of it. All right? Okay, so knee in, knee out. We're going to do 16 of them. Are you ready? And go. 1, 2, tilt your pelvis. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Good job. Roll over. And for fun, come on to your stomach and then put your elbows close to you. Put your hands together, hands and fists, and then just sit up and stretch out your tummy. Good job. All right, next exercise, cobra on the floor. So here's what we're going to do. This will work on your back muscles. Lay down again, now that you're already there, on your tummy. All right. Now what I'd like for you to do is put your hands out at about a 45-degree angle. Okay. Good job. So what this looks like is a tightening of the glutes and a lifting of the upper body. Down. Squeeze glutes. Lift with your thumb upward. Good. And down. Squeeze and lift. Okay? All right. That's a very simple exercise, but it's really, really good for your back. So we're going to do a set of 10 of these, actually 3 sets of 10. There's obviously much more advanced versions of this on stability balls, but right now we're going to start on the floor, all right? And we're going to go from there. I'm going to show you a version in between sets for doing one if you do not want to lie flat on the floor. Okay? All right, here we go. That might be easier for some people. All right, on the ground with your hands out at 45 and your palms facing the ground. Here we go. Legs a little wide so that you can squeeze your glutes together. Get a nice squeeze and then lift. And that's 1. Squeeze and lift for 2. Neck neutral. Squeeze and lift for 3. Squeeze and lift for 4. Now, if you have back problems, don't go up so high, please. Squeeze and lift for 5, just off the floor. Squeeze and lift for 6. Squeeze and lift for 7. Squeeze and lift for 8. 2 more. Squeeze and lift for 9. 1 more. Squeeze and lift for 10. Okay, everybody take a rest. Now, if you do not want to lie flat on your stomach, for any variety of reasons, then using a stability ball will be very helpful. So what I'd like for you to do is to lay over that stability ball, okay? Instead of laying on the floor when we do these, and make yourself nice and stable on the ball, okay? And then what you're going to do is to lean into the ball, come forward, lean into the ball, do a little pelvic tilt, and then you're just going to come up and down and rest. And in and up and down and rest. In and up, down, and rest. Got it? All right. So the second set I'm going to do on the ball for the people that would really like to not be on the floor. This can be a lot easier for some people. All right, here we go. Tilt your pelvis and up for 1. Tilt and up for 2. Tilt and up for 3. Tilt and up for 4. Tilt and up for 5. Tilt and up for 6. Tilt and up for 7. Tilt and up for 8. Tilt and up for 9. 1 more. Tilt and up for 10. Okay, we'll do 2 more sets. We have 1 more exercise after this, and then I'll say goodbye to you. And I'm hoping that you are enjoying working with this video. I really do. If you have questions, feel free to get in touch. I'm happy to sit down and schedule a conversation or do corrective work with you or change your form or just meet with you to help you get the exercises in a more correct fashion if you're not understanding them. Okay? All right. Let's do it again. Roll out. The last set I'm going to do on the floor. All right. Second set. Let's go. Roll into the ball. Tighten your glutes. Pelvic tilt. And up for 1. Down and up for 2. Down and up for 3. Down and up for 4. Down and up for 5. Down and up for 6. Down and up for 7. Down and up for 8. Down and up for 9. Down and up for 10. Next. All right, last set. Relax for a minute. Rest it up. Get into position. Flatten your feet. Or be on the ball. Squeeze your glutes. And lift for 1. Squeeze and lift for 2. Squeeze and lift for 3. Squeeze and lift for 4. Squeeze and lift for 5. Squeeze and lift for 6. Squeeze and lift for 7. Squeeze and lift for 8. 2 more. Squeeze and lift for 9. Squeeze and lift for 10. All right. Last exercise is meant to work the posterior muscles of your body. I firmly believe in the world that we live in. We're walking forward, we're sitting in a chair, we're leaning over a computer. Everything that we're doing, we are spending more time in a forward-leaning type position. And the more we sit, the less conditioned our backsides get. This particular exercise helps all the muscles in your backside work together. All right, to hold you up taller. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to lay out on the floor with your hands over the top of your head, okay, and your feet out behind you, okay, and your head in a neutral position. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to lift the right, squeeze and lift the right leg, squeeze the glute on the right, lift the leg, and then lift the left arm. So it's opposite leg, opposite arm. Right arm, left leg, squeeze and lift. Left arm, right leg, squeeze and lift. Okay? So now that you're absorbing how you're going to get that done all at the same time, I'll give you a second to really get into position and wrap your head around it. And this is the last exercise that we're going to do today. All right? All right. Hands out, feet out. We're going to start by raising the right arm and the left leg and squeezing the left glute. Okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Squeeze and lift and down. 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 2 more after this last half. Squeeze and lift and down. 2 more. Squeeze and lift and down. Squeeze, lift, and down. 1 more. Squeeze, lift, and down. Squeeze, and rest. Good. Come up on your elbows if you can. Get a nice long stretch. 2 more sets, and we are done. Nice job. All right. Get into position. Hands out, head neutral. Lift the left arm and the right leg to start. Got it? Squeeze your right glute. Lift your leg, lift your arm, and down. And squeeze and lift. 1. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. 2. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. for 3. Squeeze. Squeeze for 4. Squeeze. Squeeze for 5. Squeeze. You can do this. Squeeze for 6. Squeeze. Squeeze for 7. 3 more. Squeeze. Squeeze for 8. Squeeze. Squeeze for 9. Give me 1 more. Squeeze. And squeeze for 10. Come on up on your elbows. We have 1 more set, and that'll be it. Nice job today. Again, if you have any questions, get in touch. Do not exercise without first getting permission from your doctor. These are just intended as a general routine that people who can't participate in exercise and do not have any issues can start to do something to find themselves back in a place where they can pursue a greater level of health, or as a routine that you could do on a day when you want to take it easy. It'll serve a lot of needs, I hope. Okay, here we go. Last set, and then we are done. Okay, ready? Start with lifting the right hand in the left leg. And squeeze and lift. 1. Squeeze. 2. Squeeze. 3. Squeeze. 4. Squeeze. 5. Squeeze. 6. Squeeze. 7. Squeeze. 8. Squeeze. 9. Squeeze. 10. Squeeze. 11. We meant to do only. Squeeze. 12. Maybe we shorted that last set, but that's okay. All right, you've done a very, very good job. Go to it, and I will talk to you very soon. Get in touch if you have any questions. My email address is ronhart@msn.com. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.